My name is David, and I am here to share my story with you. I'm here to give you some information and just have a good time tonight. So, let me start off by asking you this question. When was the last time you walked out of your job and thought, that's it, I'm done, I've got to do something different? Now, if you're like me, it's probably every day, right? I mean, that was me, no doubt about it. I'd get out of my job and I'd get in my car, I'd shake for a moment and think, that's it, I've got to do something different. Because if I don't do something different, I'm going to go crazy. And I don't mean like, crazy, crazy. I just mean like, I just needed something different. I'm pretty sure you understand. I'm pretty sure you've probably had the same feeling maybe once or twice. Anyways, that was 18 years ago for me. And I used to work private security. I was actually contracted with immigration here in Canada to go around to all the jails throughout Ontario, pick up all the non-Canadians who couldn't behave themselves. So for 10 years, I was in and out of every jail and penitentiary throughout Ontario. And I'm very proud to tell you that I never committed a crime in order to do that. Now, when I started it, I loved my job. It was one of the coolest things I could think I would ever do. But after 10 years, it started to wear on me. It started to wear me down. I wasn't in a good place. I wasn't happy, and it was affecting my life. It was affecting my time with my wife. And we realized that something had to change. We were just getting by, but we both had good jobs. We both worked hard. We both followed the rules. We showed up. We worked overtime when needed be, did everything we were supposed to do. And it felt like we were just getting by. And even when, we got a raise, we think, okay, we got a raise, we're going to be able to put some money away. Everything just continues to go up, right? I mean, the cost of rent went up, the cost of groceries, gas. So no matter how much extra we seemed to be getting, it just seemed like we were running on a treadmill. Like no matter how hard we worked, we were staying in that same place. So we decided it was time to start looking around and find something different. Now, we knew we didn't want another job because, we were both working 40 or 50 hours a week, and another job just wasn't going to do it for us. So, we started looking at opportunities. Now, 18 years ago, we came across the MLM world. And let me tell you, I'm very thankful for it. Okay, let me start off by telling you that. Because of the MLM world, it changed our lives for sure. And because of that, we wanted, it was awesome. But there were some problems with the MLM world for us. Number one, if I wasn't on the phone talking to people, I wasn't making money. If my team wasn't working, I wasn't making money. And if I didn't have X amount of products every month, part of my income would go up to my coach. And that kind of thing really got to me because I worked hard, right? And why was somebody else getting, income that I was working for? And another thing that I found that really kind of got to me about the MLM world was that, it just didn't feel comfortable. I mean, it changed my life. Do not get me wrong. I got to walk away from a job after 7 months of working hard, and I have not had a JLB since. But there were a lot of issues for me at that time. And then one day, the company I worked for said, hey, guess what? We're changing everything. So everything that you've been doing, you can't do that anymore. And I remember going, okay, well, that's not good. So we started looking for other opportunities. And, in the next 7 or 8 years, we found some good ones and some bad ones. Well, I'm not going to lie about it. We did well with some and not so well with others. And it got to a point where, I was thinking maybe I need to go back to get a JLB. And then by chance, I saw one of my mentors was talking about this automated business. And it kind of intrigued me because I knew automation was the way to go, but I'd never seen it. I didn't know how it worked. So I reached out to this mentor and I said, okay, I've seen what you're doing. I've heard your stuff on Facebook. Tell me more. And he says, well, what I'll do is I'll send you the information that I got so you can make an informed decision. Go through everything, look it over, and decide if this is for you. I was like, okay, that made sense to me. And so my wife and I looked at it and we loved a lot about it. There was a lot of cool things. First of all, automation. I knew this was the future. right? I knew that if you learned how to build something once, that it could keep working in the background. I love that there was this incredible training system they were showing us that teach us how to build this automated online business in just 2 hours a day. I thought that's really cool because people are busy. People have a lot going on in their lives. And I know for a fact that, if somebody has to work more than 2, 3, 4 hours a day, they're not going to do it because they've got a busy life. And I'm sure most of you have busy lives. You got family, you got friends, you got work, you've got responsibilities that you got to take care of, right? But we can all find 2 hours throughout a day. And I realized that, and I thought, this is really cool, right? I love the fact that there's this step-by-step training system that once you get plugged into, it teaches you exactly what you have to do. I also love the fact that there's this point where you get certified. By going through the training, you become a certified reseller for the products. And I thought that's really cool because that shows people you know exactly what you're talking about because you went through the training and you're certified. And that's really, really important. Now, I got to tell you, there are 4 different ways to make income with this company. And I thought that was really cool. So I went with the top one because I wanted to make as much profit as possible. Now, some people will start, at the top. Some people start second or third, and that's fine. Wherever you want to start is your choice, right? But what's nice is, let's say you start at the second level and you want to jump up to where I am at the 4th level. Then you can do that at any point, which again is really nice. So you're not stuck here or there. The reason I went with the top level, which is called the Legacy Builder Program, by the way, is because there's 4 streams of income. And when you get there, you can make profit off the levels underneath you, which was really cool, right? So wherever you start, you can make the profit of that and anything underneath you. So that was kind of like, all right, I want that. I want to make as much profit as possible. I love the fact that there was a lot of training. Now, guys, I've been through a lot of different companies. I'll be honest with you, but this by far has been the very best training I've ever seen. It's step by step. It walks you through. And what's really nice is if you miss something, you can go back to the training and go, oh, there it is. Watch the videos and do it again, right? So it's really cool in that aspect. And we have this huge community. We have like over 59,000 people from all over the world who are doing this business now. And that is just incredible, right? So there's people who've just getting started like when I did, and there are people who have been doing it for a while now. And it's really cool because they're really supportive. You go in, you ask questions, you get answers to things, and you get to see the success that people are having. And these are everyday people. These are people like you and like me. These are people from all over the world, right? Whether it's Canada, US, Mexico, Europe. I mean, we have people from all over. We have people in Australia. They're making life-changing money because they're following this blueprint. And that is really exciting when you realize there's a blueprint for you to follow, right? And let me tell you, a lot of people say, well, I'm not tech savvy. Congratulations, either am I, okay? Because the system shows you exactly what to do, you don't need to be tech savvy. Or how about somebody says, well, I don't have a big following. Either did I, okay? But again, this system teaches you how to attract the right people to your business, okay? Now, maybe your right people are moms that are home with the kids, or maybe they are teachers, or maybe they're doctors, or maybe they're construction workers, or whoever your perfect customer is. They teach you how to attract that right customer to you. So you're not cold calling people, you're not messaging people on Facebook, you're not doing all that spammy stuff. That's the one thing I cannot stand when somebody messages me and says, oh, I see you're doing this. Would you be interested in doing that? It's like, no, dude, that's just not the way it works, right? I love the fact that I have more time to do the things that I love to do now because this business works in the background. I get people messaging me when I'm eating, when I'm sleeping. Oh, when I'm sleeping, I get messages in the morning and say, hey, I saw this. I want to know more. Awesome. Let's talk, right? I send them back a message, send them the information they need so they can make an informed decision. Right? Guys, I've not been on the phone since I started this business. And that's huge for me because my Bluetooth, it was basically embedded in my ear when I was running those other businesses, right? Which is really nice. There's no cold calling. There's no calling people and trying to convince them to get started. Another nice thing is, because it's a digital product, guys, you get started right away. You're not waiting on products to show up, a day or two or three or a week later, right? Because you're getting started right away, which is exciting, right? Again, being in the MLM world, guys, I had people who were excited to get started. Their stuff showed up and then they never got started. Life happened, things changed, or they didn't get started the way they wanted to because there was that wind down period. Here, we're going to teach you exactly what you need to do. We're going to show you a blueprint that takes 2 hours a day. Now, it doesn't matter whether you are 2 hours straight or an hour here, hour there, half hour, whatever works for you, right? That's the nice thing about this business. It's going to be your business, okay? There's no upline, there's no downline, no sideline, nobody to stop you from being successful, okay? Nobody's going to step in and go, oh, no, you can't do that. Guess what? You can. That's the beauty of it. Now, look, guys, if you want to know more about this, all you need to do is click the link in my bio, okay? Watch the videos, read the testimonies, make an informed decision. Decide for yourself if this is the right opportunity for you. If it is, awesome. I'm looking forward to working with you. If not, no problem. I wish you the very best. I want you to find what works for you so you can have the future that you deserve, okay? I don't want you to just get by anymore. I want you to thrive. So remember, guys, if you're tired of always being on, then maybe it is time to build something that works in the background so you can have the freedom that you so rightly deserve. Anyways, guys, I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you have a great weekend, okay? And I will return again in the near future and look forward to chatting with you then. Have a great night, guys. Take care.